Ladies and gentlemen, Knicks fans, MSG is officially a problem again. Tonight, the Knicks didn't just beat Utah Jazz, they handled them. 146 to 112 statement win. The crazy part, it never was and it never felt close. OG Anunoby finally steps back onto the court. Brunson came out firing like he never left the gym. And Deuce McBride, hold up, 7 threes off the bench. This team had 7 players in double figures, shot 50% from three, like it was shoot around. The Garter was loud, the vibes was high, the ball was moving, 30 assists, dominance in the paint, and a 41-point lead at one point. Tonight wasn't just a win, it felt like a message. So let's talk about it. What does this Knicks what does the Knicks look like fully powered? Is Deuce forcing his way into a bigger role? And how big is OG's impact on this team's ceiling? You're watching Knicks and Ish, and we're just getting started. Let's go Knicks. Fraz is in the building. You know what you got to do, homie.
Hit the intro.
Mic check 1, 2.
Action!
Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Like turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it all from boom back to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to Precinct.
Fuck the ball! Fuck everybody on the floor! When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga!
Yeah. Live and direct once again on your YouTube screen. It is your favorite Knicks and Ish panel. And of course, y'all already know the vibe because I am the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Fraz Taz, here in the building with the Knicks and Ish panel. Never limited to, but always including the First Lady of Knicks and Ish, Mrs. Knicks is in the building. Don't forget about my good brother Knickerbocker Al. And of course, let me hear them 3 words real
I'm a
quick.
spark plug.
Yeah, those 3 words. Of course, our host Tea Time is here in the building. Shout out to the rest of the panel. Don't forget, y'all, press like for your favorite panel. Sharing is always caring. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell and set it to all so you get all notifications when Knicks and Ish goes live. Little housekeeping while we are here. Oh, people in the building, never limited to, but always included. Wait a minute, hold on. Is that my guy Mike Pringle in the building? Of course, shout out to you, my guy. Of course, salute Mr. Knicks Tay. You already know. And of course, it wouldn't be a housekeeping segment without shouting out Darlene. Sis, you already know what it is. Day one. Day one. Yeah, I mean.
Indeed,
But
indeed.
yeah, um, I, I, I kind of didn't want to set the stage, but I just wanted to say one thing real quick before I let you do your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize that the Mecca of basketball is now once again a place where you can no longer just walk into and think, oh yeah, we're gonna come in here and blow them out by 20 tonight. Pause. Definitely not anymore. Yeah, you see that record on the screen, right? Yeah, we're gonna get into it more in a second. But yeah, get tea time on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shout out to the guy Fraz. You are missed when you not here, good brother. The energy
How
ain't
you say?
there. But yeah, real quick before I do my thing, you make sure y'all blessing that super chat for sure. You know what I mean? So we can get right into
Oh,
what y'all trying to talk about. But yeah, tonight, severe belt the ass, as predicted.
That's right. I
As
better get that
predicted, severe
enthusiasm.
belt the ass. The Knicks started out with the biggest margin to start a game since they began
Utah
their
Pack.
play-by-play record. What was that? 28-3 to start the game. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
20-0. I believe it was 20 to zip.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was definitely like
It was
23 to
20.
it was like
It was
23 to
like
23
0 for sure.
0.
Yeah.
it was yeah. It
Uh
was 23. Yeah.
and I think so far, and we finished the first quarter with the biggest margin this season of any team, right? So yeah, that was great to see, obviously. Yeah, I mean, so you know, not being too long-winded, uh to the panel, obviously give me your takes on, the game tonight, and also add what does a dominant home win like this mean for the momentum going forward. All right, we're gonna start with sis, Mrs. Nix. Was good.
What's up?
What
So
up, cuz?
what up, cuz?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm happy. I mean, we won. It was against the Jazz, but we won. But I was impressed with some of the things I saw today, right? 30 assists. This is where we love to be. 30 assists. Um, our bench, I think they had 60 something points, 66 points. This is what a fully healthy Knicks team will look like. A bench being able to score 66 is insane. Um, Deuce cooking, JB cooking, defense, playing defense. Granted, it was against a trash ass Jazz team, but we played some defense. It was crazy watching the game, and Frank goes, "Well, how's Ace Bailey doing?" I don't know. He looked like trash. He looked like trash. I don't know if he thought he was coming to the Garden to do something, but not this year, not our Garden, not our home, not this season. Um, but no, straight belt to ass, what we want to see every night. And this is what I say when I say we need statement wins. Wins like this, although they're against trash teams, are statement wins. When you lead by 41 against any NBA team, you want teams to fear you. You need to bust ass like this every night. You on mute, T-Time.
Nigga Baga, talk to me.
What can be said when you dismantle, destroy, embarrass, you straight up, like I think I said it in the chat. It's like we say belt to ass. There was no more ass to speak of. It was that bad.
Yo,
Utah, look, I mean, yeah, Utah is bad. They're not in the best of positions. As a team, as an organization, and even in their standing in the Western Conference. But they're still a professional team, and when you let any team beat the snot out of you for 48 minutes by at one point by 43 points, that's when you start to look at it. You start to look at yourselves like, yo, what happened? Say what you want about OG Anunoby only scoring 11 points tonight, but OG Anunoby's return, kind of sealed their fate, and Utah just didn't have an answer whatsoever. I mean, this is what you want to see. This is the kind of game that you want to have if you're a Knicks fan. So I'm happy. I'm not through the roof, like I'm not like all super excited, because I mean, again, it was the Utah Jazz, but at the same time, a win's a win, and being 12-1 at home is is absolutely necessary, and I'm glad to see it.
Fries.
Well, just to point out a couple of things that the panel didn't mention. Number one, the emergence of Gershon Yabusele. You know, a lot of people was doubting him early on if he was a fit for the system, if he would be able to fit in. Again, guys,
I was one of them.
realize where this New York Knicks team is at right now. We are in third place in the Eastern Conference, and we not even at 100% chemistry. So again, I'm gonna say it
Second
again
as
for
the
all y'all in
second.
the back, huh?
You're second now.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I gotta correct myself. My bad. Good point, T-Time. We're in second place in the Eastern Conference, guys, and the chemistry not at 100%. That only tells me that with the room for improvement that the Knicks still have, it's only going to shape them into the top team in the Eastern Conference once everybody understands their roles and everybody's moving together as a unit in the correct manner. So to tonight's game, again, the presence of OG Anunoby. I, how many times do I gotta mention this to y'all? It's a big difference with OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges out there together than one or the other playing out there. And you saw it tonight. Again, overall, the shooting performances were great for the Knicks. The shot selection was way better this game, I feel, as well. You know, wasn't really OD threes. Brunson did hit 6 threes tonight, 6 of 9. Cat hit what, 3 or 4, I believe. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, 50%. You know what I mean? We good. Shooting like this and, and playing like this every night. Yeah, when the consistency picks up, I'm telling y'all, look out. Because we all know where the Knicks is going to be at. First place, Eastern Conference.
Yeah, Fraz and Knickerbocker mentioned OG's, him coming back and that having an impact. And I believe it had a tremendous impact on the start of the game. They had him on Laurie marketing from the onset, and I think that, huh? Oh, I thought somebody said something. My fault. Uh, yeah, that they had him on marketing from the onset, and I think that got him out of rhythm. Uh, and marketing had a hard time following the rhythm of the game, and I think that's largely because of OG's defense in the beginning, because he was playing some hellified defense to start the game on marketing. We talking about somebody who's averaging like 28 points a game so far this season, and you know, OG on his first game back said, so pump your brakes, homie. This ain't about to happen tonight. I don't know what you thought this was, but you gonna have an off night." And that's exactly what happened. Uh, so yeah, OG only scored 11 points. I did not expect him to come back and have a world beater game, especially with the minute restrictions he's on. They only playing him 3 to 4 minutes at a time. So that's really hard to get an offensive rhythm like in that time span. But still coming up with 11 points, I can't be mad at that, especially with the way he played on defense. Uh, but as a whole, the team, we looked really good. We look really good. You know, the most of the panel kept on saying, I know it's the Jazz. I know it's the Jazz. Fuck that. You play who's in front of you. I don't care how good
Mhm.
or how bad they are. You know, there is something we didn't, and we didn't just beat them. We did what we supposed to do to them. Kick their ass all night long. Absolutely, Brad. All night long, kicking ass. You feel me? Not taking no foot off no gas. Since you on mute, if you said something. Uh,
I said we more like Molly whopped their ass.
for sure.
We
For
dog
sure we
walk the
did.
ass.
For sure we did. You know, and it's something to be said for that. Even though it is the Jazz, but you got to play who's in front of you. You got to handle business when you're supposed to handle business, and you got to continue to protect home court. You feel me? You continue to protect home court. This shit is amazing. I don't know the last time where the Garden felt like a home court advantage for the Knicks like it does now. It's always felt like, man, this shit is kind of disadvantaged because everybody comes to have a show at the Garden. You know what I mean? Now it feels like, yeah, all right. Maybe a superstar might have a good game. It might happen because, you know, superstars are superstars. But other than that, it's quiet. It's quiet. And y'all leave it with an L. Because even if your superstar does have a good game, y'all still leave it with that L.
The rest of you ain't.
Huh?
The superstar might have a game, but the rest of you ain't.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Might as well
Y'all leave it with that L. Yeah, I mean,
cheese or something.
The facts. Enjoy your time. You know, maybe visit, you know, the Empire State Building. Go get you a chopped cheese. You know what I mean?
Only when you getting in New York is in Brooklyn.
And we don't want to hear about them being on the back-to-back. We don't want to hear no excuses. I don't
You
want to
know
hear
why
the
we don't want to hear
crybaby
that?
stuff. Don't want
Because
to
we
hear it.
don't use that excuse when we're on back-to-backs. So I don't want to
Facts.
hear none of that. You feel me? That's not an excuse for us. You feel me? But yeah, you know, and another important thing was, you know, JB breaking his short shooting slump. Yeah, I mean, especially from behind the arc. What he was 6 for 9 or something like that tonight.
6 for 9,
Yeah,
I
six for
believe.
nine. Yeah, that's important, especially going into Sunday's game, which is something that we're gonna talk about later. You know, because we need that dub. Uh, but yeah, step back. Once that step back is going, you guys are cooked. I
Uh,
don't care what happens. Once
no, you mean the
JB get that
jab?
step back three
That's the
going,
two-piece jab step back combo right there.
yeah,
That's
and
the two-piece.
once that is happening, it is cooked. GG's, gal. GG's. Back
Facts.
it up.
GG.
Back it
Word.
up.
Oh,
That snatch was tough too.
oh,
Like yo, yo, JB
That's
oh.
was
easy
firing.
work.
Yeah, JB was firing on all 6 cylinders. Uh, you know, Sis mentioned the bench scoring. That was something else that is super impressive. You know, and this is one of the things that I was looking forward to this season. What the bench looked like when Deuce and Jordan Clarkson cook at the same time. Because it's highly possible for this to happen. Like so far this season, it usually feel like we get one or the other. Uh, but to have a game where they're both on Super Saiyan, you feel me? That makes us a severely dangerous team. Well, mentioning Deuce being on Super Saiyan, right? Obviously, we know he's not going 7 for 7 every night. We know that he's not going to hit 7 threes every night, right? But is this version of Deuce McBride sustainable, or was it just a hot shooting night? Before I pass it off to the panels, please do remember to hit that like button and bless the super chat. You feel me? Uncle Paulie in the building was good.
Force Police is in the building.
Keeping
Pause,
y'all
police.
behavior. Knickerbocker Ave, talk to me.
I'm sorry, what was the question again? Repeat that for me, please.
Like I said, we know that Deuce is not going 7 for 7 every night.
Right.
We know that he's not going to make 7 threes every night. But is this version of Deuce sustainable, or was this just a hot shooting night?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's sustainable. I mean, obviously 7 for 7 is you know a lot, but I think that Deuce has been showing you his progression over the last 3 years. You know that Deuce has been working, you know, tremendously on his shot, his defense, and you know his overall effort. So is it sustainable? You know, not to that degree, but is anything sustainable with Deuce McBride? I think it's showing. He shows you every single night that it is. Will it be perfect? No, but I think that if you're at least 60 or 70% of the season doing what Deuce does, you're gonna give yourself an opportunity to not only maximize the benefit of Deuce McBride, but eventually Deuce is going to benefit tremendously when it comes to contract time. I think that Deuce, along with Josh Hart, are like those like the true hearts of this team. I mean, obviously, we all love Josh Hart, and we call him the heart of the team. But Deuce is that that I guess he's almost like that spark plug, and no pun intended. But reality, Deuce McBride, he's going to be a freaking problem once he gets more time, more consistency, and he gets more comfortable. Because I don't think he's 100% comfortable yet. That's the crazy part. He hasn't even hit his ceiling.
Yeah, I agree. Deuce is definitely far from his ceiling of who he could be as a player. But Fraz, talk to me.
Deuce McBride, we know you watch Knicks and Ishmael guy. So here's a message from the parlay Lord, man. Over the last few games, you've been shooting at a ridiculous clip from three. Ridiculous. I mean, it's somewhere to the tune of around 80%, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, I'm actually in the ballpark. Meet yourself, T-Time? 70. Nah.
I think
At
it's like
one point he was
70% of like the last few
at
games. I
one
think
point he was 78% before tonight's game, I believe. Yeah. So he might even be
my bad.
80% with not because I only because I hear the stats, you know what I mean? I remember them a lot of the time, especially watching the game. But Deuce McBride, message from the parlay look. No, I don't expect you to go 7 for 7 every night. But over the last I want to say 5 games for me, you've shown up in a way that we have yet to see. And this panel especially knows that you capable of. Just keep going, bro. From one Virgo to another, because it's Virgo gang dudes. You know what I mean? Tell you straight. We've seen your progression from not getting no minutes in time and T system to now being a critical piece off the bench. And you've been scoring double digits at a crazy clip too this season. You've been scoring double digits at a crazy clip this season. Keep up the good work and keep looking like Jalen Brunson out there because you're starting to remind me of Jalen Brunson with some of the things that you do, bro. And I see that you've been working with Jalen Brunson in the gym. So yeah, definitely. I think to answer the question properly, sustainable, definitely. Maybe not to the tune of 7 for 7, but sustainable and quality performance off the bench, definitely.
Sis. You're muted.
Wait, unmute and say it
Y'all know
again.
what I said. I said,
Nah, say it again. There we
no.
go. Yeah.
That's how I feel. Just so we could get numbers right, over the last 6 games, he has shot 64% from the 3-point line, 27 for 42. 64%. Now, is he going to go 7 for 7 every night? Absolutely not. But his shot has gotten so much better, and his confidence has gotten so much better. And y'all know with shooters, confidence is everything. It's falling. The team is getting him the ball in his spots, and he's not scared to take it. And I love to see this. Deuce is one of our kids, and so to see him grow up in front of our eyes and do great things, and Deuce is the leader of the bench when you look at it, right? It's like you said, T-Time, it's either going to be him or Clarkson. But he's really the leader. He's our 2 guard, our short 2 guard. And like I said, I don't think he could go 7 for 7 every night, but shit, he's on a roll, and I say you feed him until you can't feed him no more. Cause If he could give us the amount of points he's been giving us, let's see the last 6 games, 19, 19, 14, 9, 15, 22. Those are great numbers. Great numbers for Deuce. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, sis, you hit it the nail on the head. Pause, because Paulie in the building, he be on bad timing. He's one of our kids, and to that I say, who said the Knicks organization can't develop players? Who said they couldn't do it? Because when I look at Deuce, that is
Should
a
have hit the
prime
button.
example of the development, right? Especially since he's still here, because there's players that we could point to that we developed that we sent other places. R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, just to name a couple. But that be in your face and see how far he's come, right? There was a high ceiling for R.J. Barrett and a higher ceiling for Emmanuel Quickly. There was no ceiling for Deuce. Like I can't remember who said it. They mentioned it that he was a 2nd-round draft pick, bounced back and forth between the G League and the NBA. Went from getting no playing time to now being, if he keeps this up, right? If he keeps this up, we're going to be talking about him at the end of the year being in 6-man of the year consideration. You know what I mean? And which I think is very possible. And to answer my own question, yes, it's sustainable. Obviously, like everybody knows, you feel me? He's not going to have a 7 for 7 from 3 night. But that doesn't, even if he doesn't shoot a high number of threes, we've seen games where he hasn't shot a high number of threes and still had, 15 plus point games. So his productivity is definitely sustainable. You know what I mean? Offensively and defensively, because let's not forget he's a hellified defender as well. Great at the point of attack. And that was tough. And that's 2 games back to back with a 4-point play. Come on. What we talk about here when we talk about Deuce McBride? You feel me? The guy, no matter what stadium you in, you gonna hear it. Deuce. No matter what stadium you in, it don't matter. All NBA stadiums, when he puts up the 3, you gonna hear Deuce. Fire. You feel me? Shout out to the guy Deuce McBride. One more question on Deuce before we, keep it moving to other topics and other players. Okay. We all know that at some point Landry Shamet will return, right? And he was playing hellified basketball as well before he got injured. So my question is what does Deuce's performance mean to the guard rotation once everybody's fully healthy? Fraz.
Well, to be honest, Deuce was still an integral part of the guard rotation when everybody was healthy in a similar capacity, just not to this tone because he wasn't playing as many minutes. But if you compared the minutes at those clips when everybody was healthy to now, it's a similar rate that he's scoring at. So, again, he's playing more minutes. Of course, he's going to score more points and have a chance to score more points when he's playing more minutes. But being realistic and far as the ratio from when Deuce was playing when everybody was healthy to now, yeah, it sounds about right. So, again, what was the question? So I want to answer it correctly.
What does this performance mean for his for the guard rotation once everybody's fully healthy?
It still means that Deuce McBride is one of the first people called in off the bench when Mike Brown goes to the bench for the first time. That's what it means. And he's going to perform the same way he's performing now. Because, frankly, that's the reason why he's playing more now.
Sis.
Well, let me start off by saying make sure y'all hit that like button. Sharing is always caring, and hit up the super chats. Don't forget the super chats. To answer the question, Mike Brown gonna have a hard time. I'm glad it ain't my job to decide who gets to play. But I think it should just all depend on, who's hot that day. You know what I mean? Like, we have so much firepower in our guards. It should be, matchups and whoever's hot that day. So if JC ain't producing, then Shamit and Deuce is on you. You know what I mean? If Deuce is having an off night, then Shamit and JC is on you. Shamit's having an off night, then JC and Deuce is on you. I don't see it. I don't know. I really don't know, because one, last year, whenever Shamit came back from his shoulder injury, he didn't shoot well at first. And of course, right, it's your shoulder. So I guess it will all depend on, what he looks like when he comes back. But I think Deuce has, made a name for himself throughout the years, and specifically this season where he's been pretty consistent. I don't think his minutes are going to be cut drastically, to get Shamit minutes. Mike Brown said today in the post game that the hardest part of having the starting lineup the way it was to get Deuce minutes. So I think he understands the importance of Deuce to this team. I don't know. I think it just all depends on who we're playing.
Yeah, I agree. It is a great problem to have. It's a great problem to have. Knickerbocker Ave, talk to me.
You know what? I was just thinking to myself as this was explaining it. But if Mike Brown was a good enough coach, this, like T-Time said, this is a great problem to have. And honestly, if he played his cards right, he would rotate all the guards, in more, at a more consistent rate. Let's just break them down. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, you got Josh Hart, you got Jordan Clarkson, you got Deuce McBride, you have Tyler Kolek, you're going to get Landry Shamet back. That's 7 guards that you can rotate, throughout a 48-minute game, and all of them can shoot. All of them can produce, and most of them, if not all of them, can defend and give you that kind of intensity. Now, yes, you want to keep continuity and consistency going, but as T said it, this is a great problem to have. If one goes down or one's not having it, you can play mismatches. You can look at your opponent and exploit their weaknesses with the amount of talent we have, because fortunately none of our players are the same. While JB is smooth and can attack the mid-range and catch you off the dribble, you got Mikal, who's who can float you with that midi. You also have Deuce and Jordan who can hit you from long range. You got Landry Shamet who can hit you from long range. It's a spot up shooter. You have so many weapons, and then you have Tyler Kolek, who's developing right before our very eyes, just what he can do if given the opportunity. So if I was Mike Brown, I would love to have this problem. And secondly, this would just make you better if you play your rotations and really start doing what other teams do to us and go for the miss and start hunting mismatches.
Like I just said, it's a beautiful problem to have, right? Once Shamit comes back, Tyler Kolek's minute is gone. His minutes is gone. Evaporated into thin air. It's gone. And it's not evaporated to thin air because Deuce is going to get those minutes. It's going to be split between Landry Shamet and Deuce in some kind of way, shape, or form, right? If I was Mike Brown, soon as Shamet come back and I know I'm giving those minutes to Shamet, I'm sending Kolek straight back to the G League so he can keep on developing, because he is playing amazing basketball, this far in his career, considering where he's been drafted. Like again, he had this talent there. Like he's not even close to scratching the surface of who he could be as an NBA player. But I also want to keep his confidence high and keep him ready and playing high level basketball and not disrupting his rhythm. You feel me? But a performance like tonight shows that you need Deuce on the floor. I think we all knew this, but if in case you needed a reminder, in case you needed a reminder, Deuce needs to be on the floor because forget the 7 threes tonight. You also got to remember he does a lot for this team defensively. He's disruptive. He picks up all 90 feet of the court. You know what I mean? When needed to. You need somebody like him off the bench because Knickerbocker said it earlier. Yeah, I mean, no pun intended. He is a spark plug, and he hits big shots, and he's a momentum stopper. Yeah, people don't talk about that part of Deuce's game enough. So, unmute yourself, sis. You gotta.
And he's a momentum starter.
Yeah, facts. You feel me? Facts. So that part needs to be addressed as well. Like he does a lot for the team. So to keep his minutes similar to where they at when Shamet comes back is going to be tough because Shamet is another one of those players who is a momentum starter and can be a momentum stopper. You know what I mean? He may not be as great a defender as Deuce, but he also is a nuisance on the defensive end. So it's the best problem.
I'm crying. That is hilarious. But it's a good point. It's a good point, though. It's an excellent point.
Listen, Jeremy, for sure it can happen, especially because that 3-point shot is falling for him now. He could definitely be one of those guys. His court vision is his biggest asset. We all know this. His court vision is his biggest asset, and the more he get comfortable playing with the guys, in the big leagues, and getting accustomed to where they want the basketball and how they like to cut to the basket and things of that nature, you're going to see his passing even increase even more. But yeah, Deuce absolutely needs to keep his minutes around where they are if possible. It's a hellified situation to have. I do not envy Mike Brown and having to make this decision. I get the luxury of sitting here and talk shit if he does bad. I get that luxury. If he does bad, I get to talk shit. If he does good, I get to praise him. That's all I get to do. You feel me? But moving along, staying on a theme with the bench. Does this bench have enough consistency for long-term playoff success? Who went like Knickerbocker? Sis, it's your turn to go first.
Do they have enough consistency? I think they haven't shown consistency yet because a lot of them have been pushed to the starting lineup. So we haven't truly seen what our bench is capable of. Now, if they can throw up 50, 40, 50, 60 points, yeah, in the playoffs, teams are going to be in trouble because you already know our starters can throw up points. So that's a hard question to answer because we still haven't seen our bench in a consistently night after night together. We've seen, Josh pulled up to the starting lineup. We've seen Deuce pulled up to the starting lineup, two big parts of what our bench was supposed to be. So I don't have an answer for that yet.
That's fair enough. You kind of did answer it a little bit, you know what I mean? Knickerbocker.
No. I need to see this on the road. I'm sorry. I need to see this kind of performance on the road. It's great that you're 12-1 at Madison Square Garden. Great, defend home court. We've been begging for that for about 15 years, from our team. But if we're not doing this on the road, then we're not. I'm sorry, we're not. I mean, we've played how many? We played 13 games at Madison Square Garden. We're 20-something games in. A big chunk of the remaining schedule is going to be on the road. I think someone else mentioned it a little while ago. We have a West Coast trip. We have a Texas swing. We have all these games. We have yet to play a true Western Conference contender. Those are the kind of games that we definitely need, and we definitely need to start showing that we can match pound for pound, position per position, with the best of them. And right now, 2 losses to Orlando, two losses to Miami, a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks early in the season, and to the Chicago Bulls, and it's all because you can always say, oh, adjustment issues, new coach, new this, new that, whatever the case may be. Okay, well, we just came home and we dog walked the Utah Jazz. Now we got to start doing that against top contending teams, and we got to do that on the road. Until then, you can't tell me that they're consistent, because consistency means that you do it more often than not. And right now, yeah, more often than not, because we're at home. But we're not going to be at home that much longer.
Oh, I agree with that. You feel me? Frass.
So the question was about the bench being able to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Until you see a certain level of chemistry achieved with this team, you ain't even gonna see the starters consistent, much less the bench. But in the same token, Knickerbocker pretty much hit a home run. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of road games coming up.
Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the
Difficult
game at
ones
the buzzer!
where again
What was
we
that?
haven't even played OKC yet. And that is who I really want to see the Knicks play. Why? Because to me, I think the Knicks can contend with them, but again, costly mistakes in a couple of those recent games that we played them in cost us the game. That one game we was in OKC, we could have won that game if it wasn't for untimely turnovers.
Well, we get to see them this month,
Yeah.
right? Is it this
So
month we play? No, not this one. Sorry, I'm thinking the wrong team.
January, February, it's one of those months. What's up, Wilson? See you in the building, man. But yeah, like again, you're not gonna consistency. To me, the only thing consistent right now on the bench is Deuce McBride. Like I have yet to see the rest of the players really play as consistent as Deuce McBride is playing. And again, to mention T-Tom's point about Deuce McBride playing pretty much all around. It ain't just offense, it's defense too. Like to me, it's a matter of the team achieving a certain level of chemistry. Once they get there and you see it on the court, and we're not just talking about it, you're seeing it on the court, then we'll know for sure if that bench consistency is there.
Yeah, 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 my fault. That was just mad funny. Uh, yeah, Knickerbocker had a great point about the guy, they're not being consistent. And when I think about the inconsistency coming from the bench, I also think about it when it comes from the road. To Knickerbocker's point, uh, when we lose these games on the road, the first thing that comes to my mind is usually Jalen and Cat for the most part have solid games. Where the losses come from is the inconsistency coming from the others. Maybe not always the bench, right? Specifically. But for the most part, it'd be the bench. It'd be the people that's either on the bench or came from the bench who are not having, their best games on the road. So as of right now, to answer my own question, I have to agree with Knickerbocker. No, we don't have the consistency to yet. Not saying that it can't happen yet. We don't have the consistency yet that would make us really scary in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, uh, because when you think about teams that make deep runs, they have a consistency coming from the bench and the other players. You feel me? The others. The bench is part of the others. You feel me? Uh, and we're not there yet, especially on the road. It has to happen on the road. Teams that make deep playoff runs win on the road. This is why we had a deep playoff run last year, because we was putting belt the ass on the road. Oh, we was washing niggas up in their own crib last year in the playoffs. It was beautiful to see coming back from 20 down.
Especially Boston.
Yeah, coming down 20 down, third, fourth quarter, 20 down 20. We standing outside like, it's only 20 points. That's how you know shit real. And I don't think we there yet. Not saying that we can't get there. We're just not there yet. I do see this maybe taking a turn very soon, and we're becoming a better a road team, because of just seeing the team just getting a better flow and feel for each other. I see that changing soon, especially once we start getting closer to being 100% healthy. I can see that changing. But moving along.
So can I add something real quick?
Absolutely.
So who else on that bench do y'all see stepping up? Because like we know Deuce, we know what JC can do. So who else? So
it seems that Josh Hart, for the time being, is staying in the starting lineup, so we can't add him, right? It right now it is the bench. Pretty much the scoring part is pretty much Deuce and JC. Yabu could step up a little bit. You know what I mean? There's still room for improvement in his game, because we know how talented he is, and he's not playing up to his talent level. Mitch is Mitch. Mitch is gonna do what Mitch does. You feel me? What he gave us 7 rebounds off the bench. I'm pretty sure like half of those or more than half was offensive. That's pretty much the best you about to get out of Mitch, because offensively you can't expect nothing. And defensively he could be an anchor for them. So that also holds weight. But until Shamit get back, offensively we're looking at, Tyler's getting better, but he's still not there yet offensively as far as the scoring aspect. Him being a table setter for guys like Jordan Clarkson and Deuce holds some weight. But until Shamit get back, the lion's share of the offense is going to come from the bench. Is going to come from Deuce and JC. I don't know if anybody else wanted to tackle this question.
Honestly, I think Yabusele is turning the corner. I think
you have a lot of belief in him. He ain't showed me shit yet.
Listen, I don't really. He's still growing in the system. Like you can see it. you could see it in him. Like you could tell in a lot of the earlier games, like he was unsure of where to be on the court and getting caught on his assignment and all that. Like he's starting to turn the corner with that. And then on the offensive end, man, like I'm starting to see him hit shots more. Starting to see him hit the three a little bit more now. So again, I'm not going crazy big on him. I'm just saying pause. I'm just saying that was crazy. Right. You can put it down for that one. But at the end of the day, I just think he's turning a corner to where he can be another piece off the bench that we could rely on.
Mm-hmm.
Since we on the bench, there we go.
Yes, sir. My boy Deuce.
Deuce.
Yep. Knickerbocker, I don't know if you're gonna answer the question, but real quick, I'm just happy we're doing traditions like this now, and getting into the
Spirit.
new era of what's done in the league and getting out of you just did a good job at everybody go home. You feel me? Like people like to be celebrated, no matter who they are, what profession they are in. People love being celebrated when they do well. You feel me? So that's why that's important, and it also brings camaraderie to the team. You know what I mean?
And it's not just a ball. Like usually, it's the game ball. It's like no, you're getting a pair. You get to carry some Timbs, make it a New York tradition. I think that's the best part about it. Now, if they really wanted to make it fun, like you get the chopped cheese from Charlie's or some shit, that would have been freaking awesome. Defensive player of the game gets free lunch or something. I don't know.
Now I'm happy it's Tim's and it's tailored towards New York because most people they do the chain, right? Like they do like the makeshift
or the wrestling belt.
Yeah, or wrestling belt. Yeah, this is tailor made to the New York spirit. You know what I mean? Pause the hard hat, the construction vest, and the Timbs. You feel me? Like that speaks to the spirit of New York grit and grind right there. You feel me? But yeah. So on to my fault. Knickerbocker, did you want to answer Sis' question before I move
on? Who's going to step up? I think Fraz is right on. I think he's right on the fact that Diabo is starting to turn the corner. I think that he's starting to understand his role in this team. That he doesn't have to be that stretch four kind of player. He can utilize his strength to be able to to muscle some guys out of the paint, get some rebounds, and putbacks are nice. They count too. It doesn't have to be threes. It can be twos.
For sure. OG came back tonight after missing almost 3 weeks. Was it 3 weeks? Something like that.
Like forever.
It was a long time. It felt like 3 weeks. I ain't gonna lie. It felt like every second of 3 weeks. And not because the Knicks were playing bad. It's just when OG's not on the court, you can look at the game and be like, man, but if OG was here, this wouldn't be happening. Or if OG was here, this would be happening. You feel me? So I kind of answered this earlier, but to the panel, does OG's presence immediately raise the Knicks' defensive ceiling? I know the answer to this, but I gotta ask.
It's almost, I don't know. That's almost like, what's the word here?
You're blasphemous.
Really, dude? Duh. Do we really need to go into detail and it's like, but you know what? I'm gonna excuse my comment. I want the comments to do the talking for me. So please do yourself a favor. Our followers, our subscribers, we thank you so much. Hit us with a super chat. You do it for us. You do it for us. You tell us how much of an impact do you feel that OG is to our defense. Seriously, make our job easier.
Now, Jeremy said it. Don't take that comment down. Nah, Jeremy said it. He said it. He said, the older 23 run is the biggest way to say we miss you, OG, for sure.
Basically.
For sure. Word.
Bang! It's good.
I think you muted yourself.
Yeah, I did. Anybody else want to answer that? Or is it that
He
much of a
answered for all of us.
Pretty much.
The answer.
I'll re-answer. I think obviously the answer is yes. Duh. You feel me? It's just the versatility. You feel me? Of OG Anunoby defensively. It makes us such a dangerous team. You're talking about a person like Marketing, like I said earlier, who is averaging over 28 points a game. He's I think he's 7 foot or 7'1" or something like that. Can shoot, can take it to the hoop. He might not have the handles of somebody like I'm trying to think of a KD or
Jokic,
a Jokic, or Jokic don't really got handles like that.
but he's got better handles than Marketing.
For sure he does. That is a lot.
No, shit.
Or even Franz Wagner got, he don't have those kind of handles, but he know how to get buckets. But to have somebody who can defend somebody like a 7'1" Marketing and also be able to guard somebody who's 6'6" Shea Gildress Alexander, or I mean, like he truly shows that he can possibly guard 1 through 5, depending on what the 5 is. I mean, like let's not get too crazy, right? Let's not get too crazy, right?
The crazy thing to you about that is that when OG Anunoby is on the court, there are scouting reports on the opposition that says you have to deal with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then once you get past him, you got to deal with Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
And then if you get past these two motherfuckers, there's a 7-foot, dude that does nothing but rebound and block shots.
Yeah. And this is why, like, the last show I was talking about, like, how important it is, like, because with OG and Mikal, teams are going to mismatch hunt. They have to. You feel me? Like, they have to. They have to find a way to get their star, to get the easiest buckets they could possibly get their star, right? Because it's not going to be an easy night if they're going to have to try to score over OG and Mikal. Excuse me. So that's why it's so important, like, when the pick and roll comes, for JB to understand how to stunt on that pick and roll, so OG and Mikal can consistently get back to their primary defensive matchup, because there's no other way for teams to get their start in the rhythm and have good nights, because if the goal of their start is to beat OG Anunoby on every possession, 1-on-1, trying to get buckets, they're going to have a bad time. They're going to have a bad time. Same thing with Mikal. We saw in the playoffs when they put up the individual stats of when being guarded by Mikal Bridges, every superstar was having a bad shooting numbers when it came to when they had to shoot when being guarded by Mikal, right? Same shit for OG. So the message to Mike Brown is like, hey, you have to develop a defensive system that can get Jalen Brunson out of there when the pick and roll happens, especially against superstars, because they're going to hunt JB. You have to have a defensive system to make JB, hey, get out of there. But also make him understand that he has to stop the ball first. Like, that's JB's first. Once the pick and roll happen, you have to stop the ball immediately. And then once the rotation happened, when OG or Mikal come back to get their man, He has to get out of there. It got to be a secondary or third rotation. Maybe whoever is closest to the person who set the pick covers that guy, and JB runs to the other side of the court to get out of the action. I don't know what it is. I'm not the coach. I'm a fan. But something needs to happen because OG is that dude on defense. Demon. You feel me? Defensive demon, and absolutely paired with Macau raises the ceiling of this defense tremendously. I think I might have one more before we get out of here, unless anybody else have anything to add.
Nah.
Not actually,
Go to the next.
I might be good. Unless y'all want to talk about Jalen Brunson, because we can always talk about Jalen Brunson.
I mean,
Wow.
we don't be showing him that much love. We be talking about everybody else so that people don't be saying we be playing favorites on this show.
We're spoiled. That's why. It's such an irregularity that he plays good. It's like, it's the norm. But we can do it. Hold on.
I mean, we can just sum it up in terms of Jalen Brunson. Because maybe we don't talk about him enough because Jalen Brunson does Jalen Brunson things. So hold on. Jalen Brunson is the king of New York. Anything else to say?
You know what I found funny? I saw something on, I think, Instagram yesterday where it showed like the number of votes that the mayor candidate got. And
Jalen Brunson
literally got 27 votes for mayor of New York.
That's tough because you got to write that in.
Better than the one we got.
You got to write that in. You got to write that.
Right.
I just thought that was funny. I'm like, New York loves this man.
Yeah, nah, I ain't even mad at that. You feel me?
How many did Aaron Judge get? Because if he didn't get
11.
any,
He had 11.
There you go.
You feel me? Listen, when it comes to the sports figures in New York, you know it's JB, then it's Aaron Judge. You feel me? You know, and I'm proud to have both of them. You feel me? But because if the Knicks weren't as bad as they were for as long as they've been bad, I think it'd be the other way around. Because New York loves their Yankees. You feel me? We know this. New York loves their Yankees, but JB being the savior just gives him that edge over Aaron Judge. Just a little bit.
I think what's kind of interesting is that because if you go captain for captain, if let's say, Jalen Brunson had to go against Derek Jeter, I think JB would lose in that popularity because Derek is 5-time World Series champion. But I think that's a good question to ask them, the chats. Who do you think will win the ring for New York first? Which captain? Aaron Judge? Jalen Brunson? Hit it up on the super chat. That's a great question. Which one do you think will win the world title first?
I got an answer for that. I think
Jalen Brunson. This is the season of destiny. What are we talking about?
And I just think the Yankees are just a little further away, like team structure wise, mostly pitching. I'm not really mad at the bat. It's just mostly pitching. If they got to fix the whole pitching, Garrett Cole being injured last season hurt tremendously. But right now, I feel like the Knicks, compared to where the Yankees are, the Knicks, and of course, like Sis said, this being the season of destiny, are just closer. They're closer. JB, this might be the year. This might be the year. You feel me? I got a gut feeling, and usually I just be talking from Knicks fandom. I just looking around the league, looking at this team, knowing that this team is still trying to find its legs under the system, but they're making tremendous steps. And at the same time, I just feel like I don't see anybody that we can't beat in 7. And that includes the Thunder. From what I saw from the Thunder last year when their confidence was tested, I'm like, oh, these guys could be beat for sure. Yeah, I mean,
I gotta post it, sorry. Cause Maddie Smooth is on YouTube.
Oh, finally!
What? Very nice. Very nice is in the building.
Yo, listen, I promise you, I really feel like I only keep posting the Facebook for Maddie Smooth for sure. You feel me? Because at this point, I feel like, yo, I've only posted the Facebook because my guy, he be here, he comment, he's very active in the chat. So I'm like,
That's a
I don't want to not post for Maddie Smooth because Maddie Smooth make it to every show. You feel me? And he comments. Maddie Smooth even go back to old shows and comment. You feel me? So shout out to the guy in the building for sure. But yeah, like I was saying about OKC, like you know when you see fake vibrato, and that's how I feel about OKC, right? When things are going their way, they are scary looking, dangerous, almost unbeatable. But once that cage get rattled, you start to see the cracks in the armor. It's just I felt like teams last year weren't able to capitalize on those cracks in the armor. Indiana almost did it. As much as I hate
ran out of gas, they just ran out of gas by then.
No. As much as I hate Tyrese Halliburton, I don't.
Yeah, if he didn't get hurt, they might have got him.
They might have got him. It looked like they were going to get him. Especially that game that Tyrese got hurt. He started off cooking. I was like, no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it because he started that game off cooking, and he got hurt. So I'm saying this: us this year versus who the Pacers were last year. I think the Knicks this year is a better team than the Pacers last year. I thought we was a better team last year as well, but things didn't work out that way. But I'm just saying, I'm saying all that to say this to land the plane.
Jeremy's on one today.
Yo, that's fact. That's a fact. I wanted to cry because that boy was cooking. I ain't gonna lie before he got hurt. But to say all this to land the plane, we're closer because I really don't see anybody that we can't beat in a 7-game series. I know Orlando's been kicking our ass so far this year, but look what happened Boston last year. They kicked our ass every single game last year in the regular season. They didn't just beat us. They kicked our ass every game in the regular season. And what we do, dog walk those dog walk them. Got them out here in 6. Beautiful.
Embarrassed them in Boston twice.
2 20-point comebacks in their home court in the playoffs. It's beautiful. Beautiful shit. I still watch those games. Every once in a while when I'm bored and nothing else is on, let me watch this comeback real quick. But nah. All right, I guess we could pack this up. Boy, it was a good show tonight. Unless y'all got anything to add, of course. Nah, somebody got final thoughts. I ain't got no final thoughts. Y'all got final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I need belt to ass against Orlando.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
No excuses. No excuses at all. We need to carry on what we started today and whip their ass.
Yeah, I could get jiggy with that.
She beat me to it. Yeah, I was about to say I want my get back.
No, for sure. We at home or we away that game?
We at home.
We at home. They gave us our only home loss.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Bitches.
It was on the back to back. You could say people can say what they want, but it's still happening.
And T, your boy is coming back to the Garden. Mr. Wendell Carter.
I know. Fuck that guy, bro, for sure. Fuck that guy, for sure. Rap
I be
all the
saying,
players.
Jeremy, people be stealing our stuff. We be saying it.
Yeah, you know. I mean, shout out to you for noticing, my guy. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, I mean, we appreciate you. But yeah, wrap all the players up in fucking bubble wrap. Wendell Carter's coming to the Garden. This guy seemed like he tried to make it his personal business to injure at least one Knick player every time we play. Wrap everybody up in bubble wrap. I knock on wood, the floor's wood. If anybody get hurt by Wendell Carter, before the game is over, I'm going to the Garden and I'm going to wait for this nigga. I'm going to wait for him, and I'm like, yo, watch your back, homie. Watch your back. Because this is intentional now. If he hurts somebody else, it's intentional now. I'm going to call for a league investigation. All that. Because nasty work, bro.
It's like when the Knicks play certain teams and certain players, you're like, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
They're fucking bum, bro.
Like Bam Adebayo and the Mexican kid from Miami who likes hurting us.
Oh, Yaquez. You talking about Bam Adebayo, the king of the illegal screen? This motherfucker can't send a proper screen to save his life.
Ankles.
What is it with Florida teams wanting to hurt us all the time?
You know why? Because we be in a arena. We be in a arena violating. That's why.
MSG South, man.
We be in a arena.
Don't forget, Miami. I mean, Florida is like New York rejects.
Florida is where all the New Yorkers go. Florida and Atlanta is where all the New Yorkers go when they
Delaware.
When they tired of paying New York prices. they go to Florida.
Or we go to retire.
They be like, or go to retire. It's like, yo, when shit ain't going right for them in New York, they be like, I'm gonna go to Florida to change my life around. That's what happens. That's what happened. I know people who personally done it. Like, yo, listen, she's rough shit up here. I'm out. I'm going to Florida. Go change my life around.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. If you didn't do so, make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Hit that notification bell. Set it to all. And go to the Shopify. Cop some merch. There's some new merch up there. You know what I mean? Some stuff. Go get you you already know the Vibery tee. Those are fire. We got colorways. Shout out to the Bro Frads. I'm still working on the belt the ass tee. I just didn't find the right design that I like.
I think we need Tim's to ass.
Tim's that? I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like that. For sure. That I could make happen for sure. Just give you a couple days. Me and Knickerbocker gotta, throw some ideas back and forth, you know what I mean, and make that a possibility, a reality for sure. But I like that. We got what else we got? We got
trademark it right now.
Trademark it right now.
Trademarking it right now.
They're gonna steal it. They're gonna steal it. And we got the Garden certified sweater. We got Built Different hoodie. You feel me? There's some stuff on the website. I need he said, y'all better get a lawyer ASAP. There's some stuff on the Shopify. Fire colorways too. It ain't just all blue and orange, you know what I mean? There's some creams and some grays, you know what I mean? And some, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Diversify, you feel me?
I mean, the cream matches the statement jersey fire.
Yeah, I mean, you see what I'm doing. So you see what I'm doing. But yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight, man. And Knicks, it should be here Sunday. You heard?
It's Sunday night, everybody. So thank you for joining us. Hit that like and subscribe. And you already know the vibes. Go ahead, dog. You know what to say.
Hit the outro.